When Gertrud HAASE was born, the world was coming to terms with the so-called Spanish flu pandemic. Now, 101 years later, she's become the first person in Berlin to receive the BioNTech Pfizer coronavirus vaccine. As a resident of a care home, she knows how deadly COVID can be.
It is very dangerous. We hear and read about it, and there are so many people dying in other homes. It's horrible, and that's why it's so good that we can be vaccinated against it. It is a big advantage for all of us who live here.
Such scenes have been repeated in care homes and clinics across the European Union.
We know that the pandemic won't just disappear as of today, but the vaccine is the beginning of the victory over the pandemic. The vaccine is a game changer. We have always known that, and today is the first day of this new phase.
Millions of doses of the vaccine have been dispatched to mass vaccination centres around the EU in the run-up to the new year. In some places there have been isolated reports of problems with the cooling mechanisms required to keep the BioNTech Pfizer vaccines safe. But overall, in the EU institutions, there is confidence.
We have made sure that in Europe itself, people get vaccines. And we have a broad vaccine portfolio to make sure that if a vaccine doesn't work, that we then have other candidates for it.
In the German capital, the government's aim is to inoculate as many as 5 million people by next April. This is another of the mass vaccination centres, the former airport in Tempelhof. More than 70 years ago, this place was instrumental in the Berlin airlift, when fresh supplies and hope were brought to millions of Berliners. Now, once again, it finds itself in the forefront, this time in the fight against COVID. Dominic, Kane, Al Jazeera, at Berlin's old Tempelhof airport.